If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. Here's a post by T.I.'s son. It says, at 50 Cent, this where your mama at, with the gravestone. Then in the next picture it says, fuck your bitch ass and dig your mama up. Now I know that is a cold-blooded demonstration, but when you playing and disrespecting people, sometimes they don't play the way that you want them to play. They go below the belt. And that's what T.I.'s son appears to be doing. But not only that, I look at it like this. Even though it's distasteful and disrespectful, he's sticking up for his mama. Point blank period. This is 50 Cent's mother, Sabrina Jackson. Jackson was born in the barrel. When they say Jackson, let me just stop right now. When they say Jackson in this paragraph, they talking about 50 Cent, not the mother. Or you can tell when they talking about, the difference. So I'm going to use his name, and then I'm going to use her name when they talking about her. 50 Cent was born in the barrel of Queens, New York City, and raised in South Jamaica neighborhood by his mother, Sabrina. Sabrina, a drug dealer, raised Jackson until she died in a fire when Jackson was 8 years old. Jackson revealed in an interview that his mother was a lesbian. Now, a lot of people, or even him, said that I guess when she went home, somebody put something in her drink, and that caused her to, pass out, and then they lit the house on fire, and that's how she died. Cold-blooded demonstration. I'm talking about a brutal demonstration. I mean, to disrespect somebody's mother like that, man, bro, that's tough. That's real tough. But we gotta understand a son and mother relationship. Listen, y'all, to a young boy that grows up around a caring and giving mother, that is the first love of his life. Ain't nobody gonna love him like mama. He ain't gonna love nobody like he loved mama. That's his true first love. Now, look, love will make you do right. Love will make you do wrong, right? Listen, man. We talking about a strong emotion. You see what I'm saying? And so, do I believe that Lil King is wrong for demonstrating that? I can't say that he's wrong. I wouldn't do nothing like that, but I'm mature enough to know how to fight my battles and stuff like that. But these young guys, that's what they do. You disrespect them, they talk about your dead people. You see? But let's get the backstory to this so that we can find out why all this happened. Now, according to reports, they are saying this right here. T.I. and you know what? I'm gonna let T.I. explain it to you himself. Check it out.
First, it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. Me and this nigga talk back there, bro. This shit, I ain't just called a nigga out the blue. Yeah. Me and this nigga talk back there.
You talking about you were 50?
Yeah, man. We talk about this shit, man. This shit just come out of nowhere.
All right.
Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows and shit while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, shit, what you think about this? He was like, shit, you wanna do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So shit. And I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. Right. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, nigga act like he ain't know what the fuck was going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. Well, how about fuck all of it? Fuck all of it. I don't even want to, man. Cause now I question your character. Any nigga gonna get kick that kind of shit, then, man. Nigga, just say you don't want to do it. All the other extra lame ass shit, man, this shit goofy.
So y'all talked about it, you saying?
Mm-hmm.
You went out there.
Years ago. Years ago we spoke about
I
it.
think it'd be a great battle, though. I think.
Man, that shit ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen, man. I don't want to stand on stage with him. I have no interest in standing on stage with that nigga. I don't respect him.
Now, as you can see, T.I. and 50 agreed to do a Verzuz, but it wasn't even something that they was gonna be competing. They were just gonna expose their catalogs to the people and give everybody a real good show. But I guess after their discussion, 50 Cent had a change of heart, because right after that, 50 Cent started posting stuff like this. Check it out.
You recognize who that is?
Yeah, that's Phil.
Okay.
Oh, that's his body.
In 34A.
Yeah, that's the entry wound.
And that's a picture of Falant with the bullet hole in his head.
Yes, it is.
And that's the bullet hole that you described to the jury as being in his temple on the left side.
Yeah.
How did Falant's family find out about his death?
I told him. I called his mom first, then I told his cousin. I told his little girl.
How old was his little girl?
His daughter was 4 years old at the time. 5 years old at the time.
And how did you tell his daughter that her father was dead?
He's in a better place and he won't be coming back. And I told him how much he loved her.
And how did you tell his mom that her son was gone?
Well, first I apologized. I apologized because, you know, I felt that, you know, all of those rounds were fired for me, you know, in my opinion. So I apologized to her at first, and then I told her what happened to the best of my knowledge, and I told, you know, I didn't get to really say.
Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community coverage you can count.
You see what I'm saying? And he posting this type of stuff. 50 is posting this type of stuff to kind of downgrade T.I., to make T.I. look bad. And look, I got to tell y'all, and I got to be 100 with y'all. I don't see nothing wrong with T.I. sitting on that stand testifying. I don't see nothing wrong with, you know, T.I. saying, hey, listen, if something go on in the community, call the police. Here go the tip line. You know what I'm saying? We got to save our children, our mothers, and stuff like that. I don't see no problem with that. I mean, some of you might do because y'all still in that gangster era. Some of y'all still got that gangster mentality or that street mentality. So you might have a problem with that because that goes against everything that you believe in. But for somebody that lived that life and is done with that life, I don't see no problem with what T.I. has done. We got to understand something. T.I. is a multi-millionaire. And at that time that he was on the stand testifying, he was a multi-millionaire. And at the time that he was doing the tip line thing, he was, you know, on his way to becoming a multi-millionaire. So he chose to be wealthy than to be hood, right? He chose wealth and generational wealth for his family than instead to be hood. You see what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to have did, so that he can set the foundation for the future of his family. That's what he did, and that's what a man is supposed to do. A man is supposed to make sacrifices for the greater good of his family, his children, and their well-being. Look, that's just the truth. Now, from a street perspective, y'all will say, nah, man, he got on the stand. He wasn't supposed to say nothing. All right, okay. Even though to me that's backwards. And from the the tip line, nah, he ain't supposed to say nothing. And that kind of blows me a little bit. That kind of blow my mind, with you street guys and you gangbangers and stuff like that, because y'all be so quick to call somebody the police. Y'all be quick, I'm talking about, to call a person the police. I'm talking about without even thinking. But what blows my mind is this right here. For all the gangsters and the street guys, I'm finna give y'all a low blow. Y'all finna be upset at Hood Educated. Y'all call the police all the time. Stomp down killers, gangsters. Y'all call the police all the time, and y'all snitch. And I know y'all probably saying, Hood Educated, what you mean we snitch, man? We don't do no snitching, man. We from the streets, man. We down it. I'm finna tell you how you snitch. When your homeboy gets shot and he laying on that ground, blood coming out his body, who you call? No, you're not calling mama. Nope. You're not calling the brothers. No, you're not calling them. You're not calling daddy, auntie, grandmama and them. No. What numbers do you dial when your homeboy is laying on the ground bleeding to death? What number do you call? Okay then. That's snitching. Oh, Hood. Come on, man. Listen, you helping a criminal, or you helping a criminal investigation. Right? Ain't that what snitching is? Whenever you help a criminal investigation, ain't that snitching? Dry snitching? Whatever type of snitching you want to call it. When you call 911 and say, hey, hurry up, come here, my friend on the ground bleeding. Yeah, he about to die, hurry up, send somebody. You helping a criminal investigation because something criminal just happened. Why not just let your homeboy just lay there and die? You see what I'm saying? Why not call nobody and just say, hey man, this the rules of the game, brother. You know what I'm saying? You shot, I know you taking your last breath. You want me to tell your mama something? You want me to tell your kids anything? As a matter of fact, where that money at? You see, because you ain't gonna need it. You finna die. Let me take this chain up off you. Let me take all this jewelry up off you. Where the money at? And I like that shirt that you always had. Can I get that? You see? Yeah, no, don't call the police. Just give it to him straight up. Look, we don't call the police. We street guys. We gangbangers. We don't do none of that. You see? We don't. No, we ain't calling no police. Let them die. Let them bleed to death. The police come. No, we don't want no help. Leave him alone. This street stuff. This how we don't deal with y'all in no type of way. No, that's too much like real. That's keeping it too real, huh? Yeah, for a street guy, you are making an excuse for that right there. No, Hood, man, you tripping, man, because we trying to save the life of the homeboy, man, and all that. No, don't make no excuse for it. You called the police. You called the police and you told them what happened. And being that you told them what happened, a criminal investigation has started, right? And so some of you might say, nah, that ain't telling, Hood, but let me finish. I ain't done yet, because I know y'all gonna make up excuses for this type of stuff. But after you call the police and tell them what happened, that your homeboy is lying on the ground, shot to death, after you do that, then the police is going to come and they're going to start doing a criminal investigation off of what you told them. You see what I'm saying? They're going to start getting video cameras and recording stuff, and they're going to start talking to witnesses, and they're going to talk to people that seen stuff and all that. All because you called them because your friend was laying on the ground bleeding to death. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, we from the hood though. We don't call the police for stuff like that. So I don't see nothing wrong with T.I. demonstrating them measures like that. Matter of fact, I believe that more people need to start doing that so that we can get them criminals and all that madness out of the community. You see, I believe that right there. And listen, I'm talking about, it took me a while to come to that because I come from that life. And in that life, you make up all type of dumb excuses in your mind to be a dummy. You see, to be a dummy. And so we make up them type of excuses. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't telling the police nothing, man. I don't want to see nobody in jail and all that old type of stuff. Nah, come on now. You got people running around here just shooting up people, killing innocent people, killing kids and stuff like that. And y'all ain't even doing nothing to them. So for a regular person, you know, you don't even stand a chance. So again, for all my gangsters and my street guys, hey, listen, if you got a problem with what T.I. is doing, then when your homeboy gets shot or when they shoot you, yeah, when they shoot you 900 times, right? Don't call the police. Just lay there. You see, whether you're in your car, on the street, just lay there and just say, you know what, this is what I signed up for. I don't need to call nobody, nothing like that, because I don't want to be no snitch. I got blood leaking out of me everywhere, but now I can't call nobody because I don't want to be no snitch. I can't do that. I want y'all to, you know, start demonstrating like that. Be real gangsters. You don't need no help. You see? But, you know, when they want to, then they make up excuses. You know, gangbangers, gangsters, you know, when we want to, we make up excuses to do what we want. Man, I got shot. I had to call the police. Somebody stole my car. I had to call the police. Man, dude in a white truck kidnapped my son. I had to call the police. No, leave it in the streets. Somebody run up, grab your daughter, grab your son, throw him in the trunk of a car. Gotta leave that in the streets, bro. I ain't calling no police. I gotta leave that alone. Leave it in the streets. Don't call no police. Don't nobody call no police. We'll figure it out later on. Leave it in the streets. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. You know, I'm talking about y'all gonna, hey man, it ran off with my daughter, my son, man, in the white car in the truck. Y'all gonna give them license plate numbers, you know, descriptions. He had on a red shirt. He had a beard. Yeah. So come on now. Let's be real. Now, you can continue to live that life if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But just don't call the police no more. Don't ask for help when things go bad for you. Because you got to leave it in the street. We're talking to the gangsters and the criminals. And I'm telling you, y'all, listen, hood educated residents and guests, they finna be mad. They finna be in the comments cussing me out. Police ass nigga, you a hoe, this, that, and the other, bitch ass nigga. They gonna do all that. Because I'm telling the truth. And the truth hurts. And some of you ain't gonna say nothing, but you know what I'm saying is real and it's hurting you. You can feel it. You like, damn, he telling the truth. So instead of living in that madness and let that truth convict you, understand, hey man, listen, I must be doing something wrong because he's saying something right and it hurt me that he's saying that. I got to be real with myself and leave that life alone. Now, look, let's get back to the demo. The reason why all this stuff right here happened, 50 Cent got a problem with messing with peoples. And, you know, after they had they little, you know, 50 Cent and T.I., after they had they little thing, you know, as far as like, you know, discussing the verses and stuff like that, and 50 Cent putting out that information on T.I., trying to make him look bad in the public, you know, and the street guys are, yeah, he right, he a snitch, he a rat, and all that, you know what I'm saying? He took it a step further, right? And, you know, this right here was despicable. You know, it was distasteful and it was disrespectful because after he did that to T.I., you know, trying to make him look bad for getting on the stand and everything, T.I. went on the show that I just showed y'all, and T.I. was saying, hey man, you know, this is what happened. And just because T.I. did that, 50 Cent did this. Check it out. Now, as y'all can see, that is a picture of Tiny. And I don't know what happened, but you know, something happened where her skirt got raised up and it kind of showed her figure a little bit, right? And he posted that, you know, to kind of like disrespect T.I., and then he said, keep my name out your mouth. And what he's talking about, when T.I. made mention of his name on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, what I showed y'all earlier, That's what he's talking about. And he said, look, keep my name out your mouth. Then he posted a picture of his wife. Now, look. When it comes to, women, especially when men are getting into it, I thought that women were supposed to play the sideline. Men is talking right now. Let me and this man handle this. This is a man thing. You see, I thought that we didn't bring women into our beefs, right? Just coming from a man perspective. I mean, can y'all agree with me on that? When two men are getting into it, we don't want our women, we don't bring them into it. Hey, babe, go and sit over there. Or, hand me that thing or something like that. That's as far as it's going. You know what I mean? But in this day and age, it don't go like that. So 50 Cent put the picture up. And now everybody and their mama is clowning T.I.'s wife. Talking bad about T.I.'s wife because of what 50 posted, right? And look, let me say this right here. Disrespecting somebody's wife that they love and that they've been in a relationship for years and decades, you playing with fire. You playing with real fire. Because look, once again, Tiny, she ain't had nothing to do with that beef. You know what I mean? Why bring her into it? You see? So now the little troll and stuff back and forth and all that, no, it done turned into something else. And that's why you got T.I.'s son demonstrating this right here. Check it out.
Bitch ass nigga wanna say something about my mama. Your mama dead as fuck, nigga. Your mama dead as fuck. Go dig her up. Go dig her up. Fuck. Post a picture of your motherfucking mama, nigga. She dead, nigga. Pay respect, nigga. Stop fucking playing with my mama, nigga. Nigga ain't playing like that. Nigga ain't going like that, nigga. How y'all bitch ass niggas raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama, nigga. I'm not going, nigga. So tell your dead ass mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my motherfucking mama, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga?
You see what I'm saying? Now, I myself, like I said before, like I probably wouldn't do something like that. But at the same time, how can you tell somebody how to respond to your disrespect? You see, you can't just be stabbing somebody in the back, and when they say, shit, you stabbed me in the back, you say, man, come on, man, you tripping, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you supposed to just let them continuously stab you in the back or disrespect you, and you supposed to just accept it. You see what I'm saying? So when, Lil King responded the way that he responded, you can't really get mad at that, because you can't tell someone how to respond to your disrespect. You talked about his mama, he talking about your mama. Rest in peace to 50 Cent mama, because I'm not on that right there. Rest in peace to that sister. You know what I'm saying? Called her a junkie, he disrespected the man's mama in a way where, now this can turn into something else. You see, all that playing, now has gotten serious. Because now you done disrespected this man's mother, and she is no longer with us. But T.I.'s son is saying, hey, look, I don't care. I'm with whatever you want to do. You see, it done changed into something different, because you can't play with people and then expect them to play the same way that you play. You see? Nah, it don't go like that. Oh, you playing games? Okay, then check this out. I'm finna take it up here then. You see? And that's what 50 is good at doing. Like, he disrespect people, dog people, troll people, whatever. But now, it's something different. And listen, I don't care who you is. For somebody to disrespect your mother and your mother is no longer here, yeah, it's doing something right here and right there. That type of stuff will make you just, crash out, because like I said before, your mother is your first love. From a little boy's perspective, from a man's perspective. Men, get in the comments. Y'all can agree with me on this. If you had a good, nurturing, and caring mother, man, look, your mother can't do no wrong, bruh. Your mother can't do no wrong. And can't nobody talk about your mother. We used to fight just because people said, yo mama. I used to get suspended from school because somebody would say, yo mama, I gotta fight you now. It ain't nothing else to be discussed. Ain't nothing else to be talked about. Ain't no, I'm sorry. Ain't none of that. We gotta fight. Win, lose, or draw. You can't just say my mama. And I remember I would come home and be suspended. And mama said, what the hell happened? I say, he said my mama. And she'll get mad at me and say, boy, that damn boy don't know nothing about me. What the hell he say about me? He ain't said nothing. He just said my mama. He ain't say nothing. He ain't called me fat, ugly, or nothing. No, he just said my mama. And that's all it took. We grew up doing that. You understand? Some of y'all got y'all ass whooped for saying somebody mama. You see? And some of y'all in the audience had to fight because somebody said your mama. You see? And so here it is, 50 Cent. Look, this man done disrespected his dead mother. And, 50 Cent done disrespected his living mother. A lot of the times, things like this can change into something that they both wasn't even expecting it to go. They wasn't expecting it to go this far. But now, yeah, it's up now. It's up. So now, being that King done disrespect 50 Cent's dead mother, now the move is on 50 Cent. What are you going to do? You see what I'm saying? How can you compete against that? So that's the thing, man. Like, that trolling and all that type of stuff, it can escalate quick. And 50, I mean, look, we got to be 100, brother. You laying up here disrespecting T.I.'s wife, and you ain't even got a wife. Every little relationship that you done been in has been dissolved. Your last child's mother was getting peed on, spitted on, dogged out. I'm talking about sold out, messing with P. Diddy. And this is a woman that you love. You love this woman at some point in time that you said, you know what, I'm having a baby with her. I like her. I love her. And once you separated from her, and people are saying the reason why you separated is because she was dealing with other men. Okay? She was dealing with other men, and Diddy got a hold of her and just showed you what type of woman she really is. And look, men, come on, is we gonna be 100 with this? Let's be 100. When you have a woman in your life and you love that woman, and then y'all separate, and then she goes with another guy, and this other guy got her doing all this crazy stuff, you be like, damn. You be like, I was a sucker. You feel like, damn. You let this man doing all this stuff. You wouldn't do half of that with me. You start questioning yourself. Damn, I must be weak. Damn, I ain't see that she was a prostitute like that. I ain't see that she was. Damn, man, I slipped up on that one. So again, this man right here been in a relationship with this woman for decades, ups and downs or whatever, but they've been in a relationship for decades. They got kids together, and you want to bring her into this? Wrong move. I don't believe you should have did that. Because now that T.I.'s son has spoken up and disrespected your dead mother, T.I. gotta back his son. He got to. He gotta back his son. He ain't finna let you do nothing to his son. You see? He ain't finna let none of that happen. So now this little thing from a discussion of, hey man, let's do the verses and all this old type of stuff, to 50 Cent trying to troll, can lead into some gangster shit. Watch how you play with people. As a matter of fact, stop disrespecting people, period. Because you never know how they gonna come back. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.